Hi, it's JJ. It's the Hayes Wire. You'll find my blog at kfdi.com. And today it's all about the Veterans Day Parade. I am joined by retired Lieutenant Colonel Mike George, and we also are joined from the Wichita Water Walk by Carrie Taylor. First, we say hello to Mike.
Good morning.
And we say hello to Carrie.
Hello.
All right, so we have a fun day planned, but it's also an important day, and I want to get through all the details. Carrie's going to talk more about some post-parade stuff you definitely want to go stick around for. There's lots of family things going on, but as we talk about the parade, the Veterans Day Parade, and this is one of those things that's near and dear to my heart because I find it really important to, when I see a veteran, to thank them for their service. My Nana was very involved in World War II. She was a child in World War I, so I used to listen to all her stories. I used to talk to a neighbor gentleman of mine, John Graham, who was a tail gunner in a B-17. And so the idea of making sure we recognize our veterans and their service is super important to me. So parades like this are super important to me. Now, Mike, this parade commemorates an anniversary that I think is very important. And what anniversary is that?
This is the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. And so we're trying to focus on the World War II veterans. All veterans are welcome to the parade. We'll have Korea, we'll have Vietnam, Desert Storm, all of the other conflicts. But this one is primarily to remember the end of World War II.
You know, one of the benefits I've had since filling in for the morning show on KFDI is doing the Star Spangled Salute that we do every morning just after 6 o'clock. We play the national anthem, and I try to encourage local stories, and we've had a few, but it also gives me a chance to look around our country at veterans and their current plight, if they're back from Afghanistan or Iraq, or some great things that are happening for veterans of other conflicts, Vietnam or World War II, and the things that the positive things that are happening in their lives, the college graduations, the how they're giving back, veterans from all branches of service joining things like Team Rubicon, and all these things that are so important as far as how you have contributed, the men and women have contributed to these conflicts outside the United States, but then come back and help us here in this country. So this is a really important parade. Now, one of the things that's going on during the parade, Mike, speaking of finding ways to give back, is a toy collection that is happening. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Sure. The 1st Infantry Division up at Fort Riley has a transition assistance battalion, and that battalion right now has about 600 families associated with it, and their job is to help soldiers that have been wounded in battle, who are physically ill or handicapped, get back either into the service or transition to the civilian community, and those families need support. So the American Legion took on the project a couple of years ago to first at Thanksgiving provide a meal to all those families, and then at Christmas to provide toys to all the kids of those families. And so we have now incorporated that in as part of the parade. The 1st Infantry Division has a great relationship with Wichita. They are going to be sending down a large contingent of troops to be in the parade. They're going to send down 2 Black Hawk helicopters. They're going to send an Abrams tank. They're going to send a Bradley fighting vehicle. They're going to have a 40-man marching unit, which is the first time we've ever had a large marching contingent in the parade. And so this is kind of our way to help give back to them and help those families get through a very difficult period for them. And so we would like all the people to come out to the parade to bring a toy with them. We will have some of the junior OTC and leadership cadets walking in the parade, collecting the toys, putting them in a truck that will get down to Water Walk. Or if the people want to come down to Water Walk, they can bring the toys with them, and we'll have a trailer there that they can put the toys into. And then those toys are going to be taken up to Fort Riley to give to those families of the Transition Assistance Battalion.
And we should add new unwrapped toys, correct?
New unwrapped toys, yes, please.
And I think we're a suggested donation of $15 to $20 ish.
Right. It's not an expensive kind of idea. It's just something to show those families that there's a lot of people out there that want to support them, and give them something at Christmas that those kids may not get, because they're in between houses, they're in between locations, and it's a tough time for them.
Yeah, I think that's really brilliant. Another thing that we're doing here at KFDI, along with our friends from NCRI, is doing Christmas in a Box. We do it every year. It was something started by my predecessors, Brian and Kelly, and we're happy to do it again. And it's a way for us to have you donate pretty much everything. There's a huge list at kfdi.com, but anything from toiletries and health and beauty stuff to fun things to 35 millimeter disposable cameras to ways that we can send a little bit of home over to where they're serving overseas during the holidays, and it happens thanks to our friends from NCRI and Volunteer Kansas, and to you. You can get that complete list at kfdi.com, but we are also going to have an NCRI box truck at the end of the parade down by the water walk for you to bring those donations down after the parade, which leads me to my friend here to my other left, Carrie, after the parade. Now, okay, well, let's talk about before, because before and after there's reasons to come a little early and reasons obviously to stay late, but there's stuff for the kids and the family. What's going on before and after the parade, Carrie?
Before the parade, we will kind of just be setting everything up. You'll see the helicopters hopefully will be on the ground about 8 o'clock, the setting up of the tanks and all that good stuff. After the parade is when we're really going to start pushing stuff. We have great groups coming down. Just Face It Face Painting will be there doing free face painting for the kids. Flow Foundry will be down there doing kids activities, dance, hula hoops, all that kind of stuff. The Wichita Police Department is going to be involved. They're going to be making Christmas cards for us to send overseas to soldiers, especially some Wichita Police Department, Sedgwick County Sheriffs, all of those type of deputies and officers that are currently serving. So they'll go over there for that. We have the food trucks will be down there. So if you want to come eat, we'll have the Flying Stove, Funky Monkey Munchies, BS Sandwich Press, and the Brown Box Bakery. We'll be serving up lunch, and then you'll get to the static display. All the vehicles from Big Red 1, Fort Riley will be down there. The kids will be able to walk around. The tanks and the helicopters. National Guard, I believe, will have the climbing wall out, so they'll be able to do that. The fire department is going to have some trucks on display. So just a fun day for you to come down and hang out. It's supposed to be beautiful out. And water walk, the residents are going to be decorating the balcony, so we'll have a balcony. People will be able to judge the balconies to see. So just all kinds of fun stuff.
That's really great. And speaking of the food trucks, my wife and I, we were down there this past weekend for a food truck, and it's such a fun spot to hang out, and it's really great of you to do these events, not just for the Veterans Day Parade, but throughout the summer and throughout the year. There's always something, it seems like, going on down by the water walk, and we really appreciate that. Well, listen, this is going to be a really big day. It's a great opportunity to help families for Christmas. It's a great opportunity to help families abroad, and it's a great time to help your family just have a great time and let them appreciate the men and women who have served and those who are currently serving.
Can I add a couple other things?
Absolutely, Mike.
Something that else is going to happen is we have a Grand Marshal. His name is Jim Sharp, kind of a local hero. He's written 2 books about his service in World War II, and he will be there afterwards to talk about the books he's written. We'll also have the Young Marines doing a tribute to the fallen soldier, where they do a really great job of commemorating those who have fallen. And we'll have taps being played by a World War II veteran. He's a World War II Navy veteran that will be there to do that. And so that there's if you will, kind of a serious side to remembering what went on with our Veterans Day and why we do what we do. So.
And there needs to be a serious tone to this day. I've attended a military funeral, and if you've never attended a military funeral, I don't think you can fully appreciate the loss that goes on with these families whose husbands and wives serve overseas who don't come back. So definitely join in and take it all in. Take in the seriousness of the day. Take in the importance of the day. Have some fun during the day as well. Engage in family and enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy thanks to the men and women who have served. And speaking of that, Mike, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And we also want to thank, if I could, Spirit AeroSystems, because they have stepped up this year to basically back the parade. And so this year it is the Spirit AeroSystems Veterans Day Parade held in Wichita. And they're going to have a large contingent out there as well. First thing in the parade will be their big helium-filled airplane. So come on out and see the airplane and say thank you to Spirit for sponsoring this parade.
Very important. All right, so thank you, Carrie and Mike. Thank you so much. We'll see you on that Saturday, November 7th, Veterans Day Parade, Murdoch and Maine, down Maine to the Water Walk is where it all starts at 11 o'clock. Again, all these links and information will be on my blog. It's the Hayes Wire at kfdi.com.